Hello there guys and girls, this is the Prussian Prince with another Total War Attila tournament match, and this is going to be the Wolf League tournament. Well, it's basically a league. It's an internal league of the Wolf clan, by the way. Definitely interesting that I got replays from this league, of course, sent to me by Blademaster, so thank him for that. But I'm gonna go over the rules of this league. So the format is basically that everyone is going to play everyone else 3 times, even if the score is 2-0. Each win counts as a point. The player with the most points at the end wins the league. As for the battle rules, we have max 6 of the same unit, max 6 foot skirmishes, max 4 pikes, max 8 cav, no art, max 2 horse layers slash hewers, 10k funds as usual. As for the maps, just the regular ones, plains, cobblestone, woodland, and swamp. And this seems to be plains, so yeah, time to go over the builds. In the first game we have Blademaster in command of the Sassanid Empire. Very interesting choice, of course. Sassanids are now stronger than before due to the buffs to their units. Let's see. Now the Alans, though, they're also very strong faction because of the Noble Lani cavalry and like elite Agathyrsi warriors and such. Some very decent units that they can bring. Of course, Noble Lani cav probably their strongest unit, but they are also something Germanic mostly, whereas the Sassanids are not. Something to keep in mind. But yeah, Sicarius is the Alans and Blademaster is the Sassanid Empire. So let's put it in slow motion and go over the Sassanid build here. So let's see, we have Spachbed Brace General. Then we see up front a bunch of shock cav as expected. Looks like a mix of Persian cataphracts and Pushtigbun cataphracts. So in the center we have 4 Persian cataphracts. Alright. And then we have on the flanks Pushtigbun cataphracts. 1 bronze, 1 on each flank. We also see 4 nav throwers, of all things to bring nav throwers. And 4 of them. That's very interesting. I guess a little bit ballsy by Blademaster here. Then again, on each flank we have an Armenian slinger, so 2 of them in total. Whoops, did not mean to do that. We also have another cavalry unit next to his general. It is a Pushtigbun cataphract, so definitely his cav force is quite strong, I would like to say. Now for his sword corps, we see a lot of elite Dalamite infantry. I believe 6 of those, and in the center, a Persian brigade. And that's his build. Let's go over the Alans. I imagine I can already tell what the build is going to be like, but we'll see. So we have a Warcry Lani general, and then we have 3 Noble Lani cav, 2 silver 3 and 1 silver 2 on the left flank. On the right flank we have 3 Noble Lani cav as well, 2 silver 3, 1 silver 2. We have some pikes in the center as well. Looks like 2 Germanic pikes, just basically defending the Germanic archers here. Looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Germanic archers, so definitely a very potent skirmishing contingent here for the Alans. Definitely very strong, and stronger than the ones that Sassanids have. But again, the Armenian slinger is very tanky units, so something to keep in mind. As for the actual sword units, we have 2 Sarmatian Warband on the right and 3 Sarmatian Warband on the left, so fairly standard composition for the Alans, I would say here. But now let's hit the play and watch the battle unfold. Again, Sassanids, I'd say that they're fairly decent now with the current patch. Still not great, but they are decent. A decent faction to bring. Especially excel in terms of the shock cavalry department with units such as Pushtigbun cataphracts and Griff Banvar Cataphracts, for sure. So yeah, it looks like the Alans are flanking with 3 Noble Lani Cav, and honestly I think that this move could just go very badly for the Alans if indeed they engage here, because the Sassanids can send in more support and quicker. As you can see, the elite Dalemite infantry could go in very quickly, and it's already being sent over there. Though, as you can see, the Alans are pushing on this flank with more Sarmatian warbands, so... but the engagement is going to start, and it is starting much closer to the Sassanids. Not the best Pushtigban Cataphract charge, though, as it wasn't spread out enough. These Cataphract units are going to get insane charges off onto the Noble Lani Cav, I think. It's a 2-on-1 situation here. More charges happening over here, but thing is, these are mostly Persian Cataphracts, so not really gonna do too much. But the nav throwers, wow, doing a lot of damage over here, it seems. Looks like Armenian slingers slowing down the Noble Lani cavalry by firing at them. Definitely a good move here. Elite Dalemite infantry going to throw their missiles at the Noble Lani cav. Here the engagement here, wow, Pushtigban Cataphracts completely destroying Sarmatian warband. Here Noble Lani cav losing that engagement, but look at the right flank, it's going off. It's going awfully for the Sassanids here. Looks like the nav throwers didn't do enough here, but a nice rear charge here by the Pushtigban Cataphracts might turn this around, but they're losing this engagement for sure. The Lani General is engaged though, so that is something that's important. But now the Spachbed is going to be fighting Noble Lani cav. With support of elite Dalemite infantry, it should do alright. Now the Pushtigban Cataphract over here destroyed that unit, so it can start going for other units. And here the cavalry is just going to die in the pikes, it seems. That's not a good charge by the Pushtigban Cataphracts. I don't know what these nav throwers are doing here engaging the pikes in melee, but this charge is going to be nice by the Pushtigban, I believe. Elite Dalemite infantry being sent in here, but they're not in shield walls, so I don't know how well they're going to do. But I mean, it's kind of difficult to attack if they're in shield wall. And look at this Alani General just destroying that Persian Cataphract and gonna get rid of the Armenian Slingers as well. That's how you want to kill Armenian Slingers, with cavalry and not with missiles, because they're just so tanky. Unless you want to focus with crossbows on them. Otherwise it's pretty wasteful. This nav thrower is actually doing a lot of damage here to the Sarmatian warband. Looks like Persian Cataphracts. Oh, the General of Sassanids is dead here. And that could be huge for the Sassanids. And they might actually have a lot of issues with their units, but their units, as you can see here, these elite Dalemites are disciplined compared to, I believe, regular Dalemite infantry, so that is something they have over the other units. They're not going to rout that as quickly. Nav throwers doing more damage once again. Pretty funny units. And here the Germanic pikes, they're actually losing in melee to nav throwers. That is crazy. But yeah, it looks like, yeah, another charge here by the Pushtigban, but all these Germanic archers doing damage to the Pushtigban, but I believe there's no fire arrows being shot at these Pushtigban, so they're not going to take as much damage. Same thing over here, but the Pushtigbans are going to destroy these Germanic archers, so yeah, it looks like the Sarmatian warband support was not good enough, and the Pushtigban Cataphracts really did well in this game, I think. So it was interesting how this game went. I actually felt like on this side the Alans had the advantage, but I guess those charges did a number on the Noble Lani cav. And here too, like one Noble Lani cav, somewhere around this area anyway, was engaged by 2 units and got destroyed by a Cataphract and an elite Dalemite, I believe. So it was a 2-on-1 situation that went extremely well for the Sassanids there, and looks like all the units are going to be routing off the field for the Alans, and looks like Sassanids going to win the first game. Blademaster that is, so very, very nice kills on the Pushtigban Cataphracts, as you would expect out of them. They are very, very good units compared to the Persian Cataphracts. As you can see here, Persian Cataphracts did not do much. Armenian Slingers even doing a bit of work, but look at these elite Dalemite infantry, wow. And even the nav throwers getting kills. As for the Annans, yeah, Noble Handicap didn't do much, as I was saying. Even Sarmatians, not a lot either. But that is game, so we should see you in game number 2. This is the second game between Blademaster and Sicarius, part of the Warp League tournament. And in this game, once again on plains, we have Blademaster in command of the Burgundians and Sicarius controlling the Langobards. So this is a very interesting matchup, I would say. Pretty standard one though, but we'll see how it goes, because the Burgundians have Royal Lancers and the Langobards have like clubmen and Godance units and horse hewers and such, so we'll see how it goes. Alright, let me go over the Burgundian build of Blademaster. So we have, where's his general? Here it is. Royal Burgundian general with brace. Up front, looks like 6 Royal Lancers, 5 Bronze 1 Vanilla. Then over here on the left flank, the Germanic Horseman. Interesting choice. We also see only 3 Germanic Archers, by the way, but 6 Burgundian Axemen. So this is a really good build here for the Burgundians, I think. I personally really like it. Let's see the one for the Langobards though. It looks a bit weird already, but let's see. Redoubtable Chieftain General with Warcry. Then we have 3 Noble Germanic Horsemen on the left, 3 Noble Germanic Horsemen on the right, fairly standard stuff. In the center though, a Germanic Lancer. As for the infantry contingent, we have 4 Germanic Brigands and let's see, 2 Godance men and 2 Godance chosen. I can already say though that I really feel like the Burgundian build is superior and should do well. Oh, also we have a horse hewer on each flank, by the way. Let's not forget to mention that, because the Burgundians have, let's see, the 6 axes, which should do better than these. I mean, they will be cost effective against the units here in the center if they get proper charges off. And the horse hewers, yeah, they're very good support and they kill cavalry fast, but they're not particularly great against infantry, at least not against axes, I suppose. So something to keep in mind for sure. But as we hit play, and I'm really interested to see how this one is going to play out, because I don't think the Langobards are going to end up winning this one, but I could be wrong, so we'll see how it goes. Yep, these Royal Lancers should just do a lot of damage. I mean, they're either going to do a lot of damage to the Noble Germanic Horsemen, or they're going to destroy the center of the Langobards. Thing is though, if they go for the center, these Germanic Brigands are there to support, and they will destroy the Royal Lancers after they charge, so perhaps going for the center is not going to be the best choice for the for the Burgundians here. May have to, yeah, he probably will have to engage on the flanks with his Royal Lancers, because if the Germanic Brigands can support the cav fight, they would kill the Royal Lancers. I don't think that charge in the center is going to be viable. But let's hit fast forward, because it seems like they are pulling back and forth. Germanic Lancer is getting shot by flaming arrows, so very nice skirmishing by the Burgundians here. And definitely this has got to be super annoying here for the Langobards, honestly. Like, how are you going to... You are outranged by 3 Germanic Archers. The Germanic Archers can just do so much damage to like these Godance men, to the cavalry, to the Germanic Brigands, anything they want to target. They're gonna do a lot of damage to. Because everything here has a poor missile block chance. And look at these guys. Yeah, 100 health and decent armor at 37, but poor missile block chance. And same thing with the horse hewers. Very poor missile block chance. And the horse hewers even have 15 armor and 82 health. So these guys are going to drop even quicker than the Godance men and Godance chosen. So yeah, something to really keep in mind here. While the Godance chosen will do very well in melee, the Godance men won't do as well. And I mean, I have to wonder if these units are actually cost effective. I wonder. Yeah, it looks like more flaming arrows into the cavalry of the Langobards and even hitting horse hewers as well. So lots of damage being done here. Looks like the Germanic Lancers are gonna get targeted here, or rather charged by Royal Lancers. It should do a lot of damage. This unit is just going to evaporate on the charge, possibly. Woohoo! Wow, half the unit dying on the charge. Here, one nice charge, and the follow-up charge is not going to be as good, honestly, because he's kind of blocking himself. But as you can see, wow, look at that one unit that just died, and now the Royal Lancer can just follow through and go into the other units. Engagement started here. Looks like the Royal Lancers got some really good charges off. Now here come the Burgundian Axemen, and I think at this point that the game is kind of over because of the engagement over here. It's insanely good for the Burgundians. Though I don't like this. I mean, he should have taken his time and gone around more and rear charge, but I guess he's gonna do that with his Royal Burgundian General, and he might route that flank so quickly that it won't even matter. And look at this, another Burgundian Axeman coming in. Though the center, his Royal Lancer finally died, it destroyed so many of these Gauden's men and Gauden's Chosen, like, it was insane. I'm trying to find the unit. There's 161 kills, and his charge is just going to be massive as well. This flank, as I said, easily mopped up by the Burgundians. This flank not going so well, but the Burgundian Axemen still getting significant amount of kills here. Nice charge into these Germanic Brigands because they're out of ammo. And as I said here, this flank is just completely dying. Now we need to see this unit dead. Another Royal Lancer died. Oh, actually a Germanic Horseman died here. And it didn't get the best of charges, but now this Noble Germanic is dead. This flank here is actually gonna take a lot of damage for the Burgundians, but I think it's still gonna win. And now these Germanic Brigands are gonna die on the charge to the Royal Burgundian General. Some friendly fire on his own cav though, but very surprising how long these Noble Germanic Horsemen can stand in the fight here against Burgundian Axemen and such. And it looks like, okay, the Langobards broke through the center, but even if they broke through the center, I mean, now the Burgundians can just kite with Germanic archers. Now on this flank, yeah, it's taking a long time, but as I was saying, the Axemen just trading so well here and being very cost effective against Gauden's Chosen and horse hewers here, and Gauden's men, and the Noble Germanic Horsemen. So we see another cool charge here by the Royal Burgundian General. He has gotten himself over 200 kills already in this game, and looks like he does not want to stop. He's getting more and more kills, but this is one way to lose the game, usually, to commit your general at the end, but at that point he had such a huge advantage that it really did not matter. So again, I really liked the engagement on the right flank for Burgundians. They got Royal Lancers onto the enemy cav, and then followed up with Burgundian Axemen, which just cleaned up that whole flank very, very easily and very cost effectively for the Burgundians. As for the left flank, it did not go as well, but I guess he still got a decent engagement, because just look at these Gauden's men, just died and didn't really kill much, and even the Gauden's Chosen basically wasted. But yeah, at this point it's 2-0 for Blademaster, and there's one more game to go, so shall see you in game 3. This is the third game in the series, again on plains. This time around though, we have Blademaster playing as the Vandals and Sicarius in command of the Burgundians. So this is going to be interesting to see if the Burgundians can pull one off. Again, because I'd say they are like a top 3 faction at least right now, the Burgundians. I don't think people can deny that. Whether it's the best faction, it's arguable though. And I mean, I don't have enough experience to say that for myself, but it's high up there, and it's certainly, if it's not the best faction, it's certainly close to it. At least Langobards also very good faction, Alans, and now Sassanids and Huns have moved up as well from before. So very nice to see that the Huns are now better in competitive play, as are the Sassanids. But enough with that, let's go over the build of the Vandals. We have a Vandal Warlord, Silver 3 with Brace, Then we have on each flank, looks like 3 Noble Alani Cav, kind of expected, all of them gold 1. And again, also, only on the left flank though, we have an Alani Horseman, and that means 8 cavalry for the Vandals as expected. We have 2 Vandal Berserkers on each flank. These are very nice shock infantry units, but I mean, they got buffed from before. I believe their cost was 900, like Noble Suevi Swordsman. It just was insane for how well they did in fights. Like, there was Noble Suevi Swordsmen were clearly a better choice than the Vandal Berserkers at the cost of the Vandal Berserkers at that time. They were basically the same cost, except Vandal Berserkers were just much worse, and now with their 600 cost, they are much more worth it and viable. So again, another nice change to see. Anyway, the rest of the build of the Vandals, we have a Germanic Hurler on each flank, and then looks like 4 Germanic Archers in the center. Interesting to bring the Germanic Hurlers on the flanks, and I actually like this a lot because yeah, this is a super meta move by Blademaster, I think, and let me explain what I think he's done here. So the first thing he's doing, now he's activating Precision Shot, probably gonna get some Flaming Shots. Off onto these Burgundian units, but let me explain what I think, at least the reasoning behind these Germanic Hurlers is, right? So normally you're like, whoa, what is this? Why aren't these guys archers? And I think it's mainly because he's playing against the Burgundians, who have Royal Lancers, and the Germanic Hurlers, what they do is they decrease the speed of cavalry units when they fire at them. And I believe not only is that regular speed, but I believe it's charge speed too, which is very important to do, by the way. And if you manage to do that properly, you can out-micro the Royal Lancers and you will be much more efficient in the fight. But let's go over the build of the Burgundians now. But like I said, really like the Germanic Hurlers on each flank. So yeah, the Burgundians, we see Germanic Noble, Warcry General. Then we have on the left flank 2 Royal Lancers, and looks like a Burgundian mounted Axeman, interestingly enough. On the right flank, 2 Royal Lancers and a Burgundian mounted Axeman. In the center, looks like 2 more Royal Lancers supporting 3 Germanic Archers, and looks like a mix of Burgundian Axemen and Noble Germanic Swordsmen. Okay, 1 Noble Germanic Swordsman in the center, I guess for the encourage, and then on the flanks, Burgundian Axemen. But yeah, let's hit play and see how this one goes. But I really like the way Blademaster is playing this one out. And what the Burgundians are doing here is potentially a mistake, you know, because yes, they're gonna get charges here, but if the charges of the Royal Lancers don't get into the cavalry, and because they are just going out so far, this means that, yeah, I really don't actually like this, what the Royal Lancers are doing. Sure, getting insane charges into the archers, but at the same time, that's nullifying their charge bonus against the cavalry units of the Alans. So in melee, the Noble Lani are going to crush the Royal Lancers in a prolonged fight, that is. So this is going, I think, yeah, it looks bad for the Alans, and perhaps he should not have lost these skirmishers over here like that. That was actually, though he had no follow-up there, that was definitely not good. But he did have a follow-up on the flanks here, and as you can see, the Royal Lancers are going to start dying, and now we have cavalry free that can just mop up these axemen and do a lot of work. However, the Vandal Warlord is engaged here, and this is a huge problem for the Vandals. But over here on this flank, Burgundian Axemen got in as well. The Vandal Berserker supporting, as you can see, Burgundian Mounted Axemen dying very quickly. But like I said, oh, the General of the Vandals is dead. This is huge. But look over here, like I said, where is the support? Now the Royal Lancers are dying, and have they become cost effective? That is very questionable. However, we have Royal Lancers that could go for a rear charge here, but I believe the Alans are getting ready. They're activating Wedge, so they're gonna do not bad against the Royal Lancers. Look at this Noble Lani cavalry, just was so free, so now it can just mop up everything. And this Burgundian Axeman is just taking a lot of damage because it's hit in the flank, actually in the rear now. And on this side, as you can see, Burgundian Axemen just pushing through the lines of the Vandals. That's a flank that the Vandals are going to lose. But if the general dies of the Burgundians, it could be a huge problem. And I don't know what this Nobilani cavalry unit is doing here. It's fairly strange. Oh, we need to see these guys charging in and stopping Royal Lancers because, ooh, the Vandal Berserkers got charged and that's not good at all. But the general of the Burgundians might actually die here, and we see the Burgundian Axemen charged as well by the Nobilani Cav. Germanic Nobles getting a lot of kills actually as the Cav pulls out, but look at the charge onto this Burgundian Axeman, and the general is actually not killed for the Burgundians, so that is a small mistake, I guess, the fact that he pulled so quickly out of there, but I guess it is going to allow him to get a nice rear charge here onto these Burgundian Axemen and swords. So definitely a very hard call to make there. I mean, the Germanic nobles still should die soon, but his flank went very well for the Vandals as expected. Here though, the Burgundian Axemen fighting really hard. Royal Lancers cannot really get the best charges, but it's still looking very good for the Vandals here. I don't know why I'm thinking about saying Allens. But yeah, it looks like it is game, and Blademaster is going to take this game as well. But again, like I said, charging skirmishers with cav, oh easy, the cavalry destroys skirmishers, right, without really taking any casualties. Well, yeah, but you have to take that thinking to the next level. If you charge the skirmishers, then you use your charge bonus, and then you have to stay in the fight for a bit, right? And during that time, your opponent can use his cavalry to engage your already engaged cavalry. In this situation, Royal Lancers, and robbing the Royal Lancers of their charge with, say, cheap units like Germanic Hurlers, Germanic Archers is a really good move, because then you can just destroy the Royal Lancers in melee with units like Nobilani Cav. And as you can see here, overall the Burgundian cavalry, these Royal Lancers did not do very well. And I mean, it's deceptively a lot of kills that these Royal Lancers got, but you have to think about how worth are those kills, because what they killed was Germanic Hurlers, Germanic Archers, so it's like sub 300 cost units. Especially Germanic Hurlers are even cheaper than Germanic Archers, I believe, so much cheaper actually. So just think about it for a second. Well, sure, if it's an unsupported skirmisher unit, definitely can charge it and kill it, because I mean, it's pretty easy. If it's unsupported, definitely charge it with cavalry. If it is supported, then you have to think twice before doing that, because you're just going to be using your charge bonus onto a unit so cheap, and you're not going to get a charge bonus onto the enemy cavalry. And in this case, it's very important with Royal Lancers, and I believe that is one of the reasons why the Burgundians, well, maybe the main reason why the Burgundians lost this battle, because of robbed charge bonuses from the Royal Lancers. And on top of that, I believe Blademaster got his infantry support in quicker into the cav fight, so that was important as well. And not only that, but the MLG move with the Germanic Hurlers. I would like to call it MLG move, because he used a Germanic Hurler on each flank because slingers reduce the speed and the charge speed of cavalry. So if you target the cavalry and like, even though you won't really do damage, you'll still affect the way it performs. So very, very cool move here by Blademaster, and yeah, I really liked how he played this match. So yep, hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see more, don't forget to comment or subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Share the video, and I'll see you next time.